Folks, today we're going to do a quick educational piece on how to change your own oil. Not that it actually saves you much money, but it may save you a whole lot of headache with those that change your oil and may strip your drain plug, or therefore possibly even potentially damaging your engine. Our test subject today is a typical four-door sedan, 01 Saturn L200 with a 4-cylinder. Got 4 quarts of Max Life, 2 jack stands, a drip drain pan, hydraulic jack, roll of paper towels for those of you that are messy, 2 types of oil filter wrenches, and a drain plug removal wrench. Okay folks, the first thing we need to do is get the car in the air, so let's get a floor jack going. What you probably want to do is throw down something to lay on. That's what I like to use. Probably don't want to be wearing your Sunday best or your mom's going to get mad at you. You want to look around underneath and find a solid frame that you can jack on. Please don't jack on the core support or something soft. You will crush it. Go slow. Make sure you're not crushing anything that's critical. Okay folks, so most cars and trucks typically have a filter. It's a canister, it looks like such. Grab your oil filter wrench. There's many different kinds. The old-fashioned hand style, the more you grip it, the harder it turns. What I like to use for compact spaces like on today's cars is one of these. Grabs the back of the filter. Use a 3/8 drive wrench to grip onto it. The harder you crank on the filter, the more it'll try and pull it off. You can get these at any type of part store. This particular car does not use this filter. I'll show you what type of filter it uses. It's called a cartridge. Sits inside the block under a plastic cover. Here's how we don't make a mess. There's your filter. You want to separate these two carefully. Pop the filter off. You want to recycle it properly with your local oil change facility. Grab a new filter like this, click it back into the cover, screw the cover back into the block. You're done with the oil filter part, at least for this model. Alright folks, normally like we were saying with the oil filter, they look like this style. You'd go underneath. We're going to go and drop the oil in the filter. If it were a typical car with this style, you'd look for this. The hard part is if they make them black, they're going to be tough to find, but they're usually somewhere near the drain plug. Another tip to help make your engine last longer, if your filter is vertical like this, it's a good idea to pre-fill it with oil before you stick it back up there, so the engine doesn't run without any oil pressure for a couple seconds when you first fire it up. Another tip, most people like to tell you you're supposed to put a thin film of oil on the gasket before screwing it on. Unfortunately, that kind of promotes over tightening, and then you'll never get the filter back off when it's time to do the next oil change. Grab your drain pan. Find your drain plug, which typically on the engine is right at the lowest point possible. Transmission normally doesn't have one, so it's pretty easy to find the drain plug. Ours is right here. It's a 15mm. And these should not be over tightened either. Most today aluminum oil pans don't tolerate it and they strip threads. So stick your pan directly under the plug. Push it this way a few inches because the oil is going to go shooting that direction, as to not make a mess on Mom's driveway, like that. We'll take a 5-minute break. What you want to do is you want this to drain till it's just under a stream like this and it's dripping. Then you can put your drain plug back in. Back where we left off, as you can see here, we're down to a drip. So you should be able to go ahead and stick the drain plug back in. As such, might want to move the pan out of the way because if you try and tighten it, you might splash the pan all over the place. Tighten it, hand tight, give it one little hit, no more than that. Some gorillas like to way over tighten them, and you can't get them off. And typically, under here, you'd find the oil filter in the back, or up here, or over here, and we'd be changing the filter right about now. But like I said, this one is a cartridge and it's on top. So we'll go and finish up. So once you think you're all done, you've started the car, you've double checked the oil level, you've looked underneath to make sure it's not dripping all over Mom's driveway. You can check yourself by whipping out the manual, look in the back index under oil. Not only will it tell you the vehicle specifications to the oil type, how much, it'll also tell you how to reset the light if your car has one.